Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. So before I get into the nitty gritty, this is a weighing update. But before I get into all that of what's been going on, I have had quite an influx of new subscribers. So I thought I'd just do a very quick overview of what I'm doing, who I am, etc. before I get into the details of how this past week's gone. So if you are new here, hello, my name's Andrea and I'm on a weight loss journey, which feels like it's been going on forever. But this stint of the journey, this really knuckling down period, has probably only been going on since about January this year. I'm a mum of 4, I'm married, I live in Lancashire, and yeah, that's pretty much it about me. So, dieting wise, like I said, this is my weight loss journey. I'm documenting every single week when I make it to group or when I get a chance to jump on, because I am a mum of 4, so I lead a very, very busy life and I work also. But yeah, I'm documenting how I get on, the trials, the tribulations, everything in between of how I'm losing weight. And I just see it as a bit like, it's a bit more of an extended community. I do Slimming World while calorie counting. Just for me personally, I find that the 2 plans are working really, really well. And they are working really well at the moment. And I'm quite enjoying doing the 2 plans together. In the past, I have done just purely Slimming World. And it has been successful in the past. But I would definitely get the weeks where I thought 100% I've been on plan. I've weighed my healthy extras. I've had plenty of free and speed food, etc. And I thought I'd done everything by the book. But since doing calorie counting alongside of it, I have noticed that that probably was my issue as well, why I wasn't getting the results that I expected to. Because I was 100% overeating on the free food. You know, the pasta, the rice, potatoes especially. You tell me I can eat a bowl full of pasta, even if I have to have a third of it being speed food, I will eat a bowl full of pasta. You've not told me how big that bowl can be. So a normal person might have a bowl that big. Me, I might have a bowl this big. So yeah, reflection, since doing calorie counting, I've really noticed just how wrong I was going with it. That's not a diss to Slimming World at all, because the plan does work and it's worked for so many. I mean, there's people in my group with like 14 stone losses that have only done Slimming World and it's been amazing for them. But for me personally, because everyone's so different, I've got a massive appetite, massive appetite. So yeah, I've just been overeating on it. But I've found that doing the 2 plans together have worked amazing for me. So yes, I don't count sins, I just count calories. But I do a lot of fresh cooking, a lot of fruit and veg, a lot of speed foods on my plate. I make sure that I really bulk them out. So I'm eating very high volume and low calorie foods. But then I'm just measuring like all my rice, my pasta, my potatoes, chicken, fish, salmon. Oh my God, until I did calorie counting, I had no idea how high in calories it actually is. To say it's a free food, it's ridiculous compared to like cod or haddock or tuna. It's beyond a joke. It's like 4 times higher in calories for the same amount. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that little bit pushed aside. So yeah, I'm just finding it's working really well. I go to group every single week. I step on the same scales, same time, same clothes. I'm just keeping everything consistent. And then I try and come on here every single week to just stay accountable also. Because I do find that if I'm having a particularly hard week or I've got any questions, queries, then the YouTube community is just amazing for jumping on board and that support. It is absolutely brilliant. So, and yeah, it's a bit like a counselling session / weight loss diary as well for myself, so I can look back on how I've been doing. And I just want to apologise that I didn't get my hints and tips and my calorie swaps video out. But every time I try and upload it and mess with it, it keeps saying that there's something that's corrupted on it. So I don't know if I'm either going to have to refilm it or if there's a bit that I might need to chop out. I'm just messing around editing that at the moment. But as soon as I've either figured it out or I've refilmed it, I will definitely get it out there. So apologies for that. But yeah, I've been to group again today. I didn't go last week because I had a poorly little spud at home. Not feeling great. I mean, he's absolutely obsessed with me as standard, but then when he's not feeling well, he's even more so. So I couldn't abandon him and come to group last week. So yeah, apologies, no video for them, but if there's no result, then what's the point? It really is as simple as that. But just because I had the week off from group doesn't mean that I had a week off on plan. I didn't. I still stuck to my calories. So I'm making sure that the 3 things that I am 100% prioritizing when it comes to the food that I'm eating, that I'm watching my calories and that I'm in a deficit. I'm not in an extreme deficit or anything like that. I'm in one that's definitely working for me, that I can make sure that I see weight loss results. But I'm not under eating on those calories as well. There's quite a few other people that I do follow on YouTube for that, like inspiration and support, etc. And a lot of the time they'll be like, oh, I've still got 200 calories left for today, or I've got 300, etc. Whereas I'm not doing that. I am literally going as close to that calorie deficit as I physically can. And sometimes if I go a little bit over, then I'm happy with that. Just because I am in a decent deficit as it is. Like I've already said, I've got a very large appetite. I can't undereat at all what I'm healthily able to. So I don't want to. I want to stick at what I am. And then if I need more calories, or I need more food, or if it's looking like I need to drop my calories because my weight loss is getting stagnant, then in that instance, I'm just going to up my exercise instead. I'm not going to cut calories any more than I already have done. And again, I'm not on anything extreme. I'm not doing like when I did blooming Cambridge weight plan and I was on like 800 to 1,000 a day. That was just far too extreme. I cannot drop them that low. So my hats are off to anyone that can do that, because I am not that type of person. But yeah, I am literally just doing it, diet and exercise. No jabs, no nothing, just training my brain. Because when I tell you that the food noise is real, oh my God. That word there then, or words, needs to be in capital letters, flashing lights, exclamation marks everywhere, and pointing to it. Because genuinely, I can understand why people do go on the jabs to cut out that food noise. I really can. For me, it's not an option. It's far too expensive. It's got far too many side effects and risks that come with it, that I'm just not willing to gamble with my health that way at all. And yeah, it's something that I'd have to be on for life. And again, the other reasons why it's just not an option. And for me, I'm seeing doing this as a bit of a way that I'm training my brain. I'm training it that I am stronger than any kind of food noise, craving, anything like that that comes to me. And don't get me wrong, I have 24/7 food noise. It is real, 100% real. When I'm eating my breakfast, I'm thinking of my lunch. When I'm eating my lunch, I'm thinking of my dinner. And then when I've had my dinner, I'm thinking, what on earth can I also squeeze in for my calories that I've got? I mean, every single evening, I then plan the next day's meals. I'm always looking at recipes. I'm always on Instagram or YouTube looking at people cook stuff, what I eat in a day. I'm living vicariously through other people of what they're eating, because I have that constant food noise, and it is beyond a joke. So if you do take the jabs and that switches off, how blissful that must feel. I'm jealous. I am absolutely jealous. But like I say, I'm not gonna switch to that side of things, because it's got a place for everyone, but it ain't got a place for me. That doesn't make sense. It's got a place for some people, but I'm not one of them. That's better. Yeah, just no, not for me at all. I need to learn. I need to learn. And for me as well, especially, if I do something like that, I know for me, and again, this is personal to me, I'm not saying it about anybody else, but me personally, I will not learn jack crap at all. I won't learn anything from bad habits. If I'm not feeling hungry, or if I'm feeling full all the time, or if I don't have that food noise, when I come to not doing it any longer, I'll just revert back to my old habits. So I have to do it this way. I have to do it this way, because every single day I am learning a little bit more of what my body is capable of and how much it is mind over matter, 100%, and that I am getting stronger every single day to ignore that food noise and to ignore them cravings, and to know that I am fueling my body 100% with the best foods possible. And don't get me wrong, I still eat a bit of rubbish every now and again because I'm very much that 80-20 rule. But I know that when it comes to that noise constantly in your head, that I'm stronger than it. I am stronger than it. And I'm proving it every single week when I step on those scales, and every single day when I eat those meals, and every single time I track those calories. So yeah, I'm stronger than it, 100%. So if anyone else is feeling the same as me, I'm right there with you, right there with you. So yeah. But like I said, I'm prioritising my calories, making sure I stay in that calorie deficit so that I can see genuine weight loss results when it happens on the scales, that it's not just a fluke or anything. Like sometimes, like I say, with Slimming World, I never really knew that if I was in a calorie deficit, because apart from tracking sins, etc., I didn't know how much pasta, rice, potatoes, free foods, how much, and everything has a calorie value, how much I was eating calorie wise. Whereas now I do, and it's working, which is good. But the other two things that I'm watching is my protein goals. So I'm making sure that I hit my protein goals, which is 120 grams of protein a day, and also fibre, which I'm making sure I eat at least 30 grams of fibre a day, which, if you've ever tracked your fibre, that's actually really hard to do. It's amazing how much fibre isn't in things, and that if you can just have a normal day, how little fibre that you can have. So if you make sure that you are having plenty of fibre, sorry if the light's getting really bad, but the sun's shining really, really weird. But yeah, if you make sure that you're having plenty of fibre and protein, then your diet is generally really, really good for that day. You're eating lots of fresh fruit, vegetables, pulses, beans, whole grains, etc. And like I say, always incorporate a little bit of crap as well, because that keeps you sane at the end of the day. It really, really does. So yeah, that's how it's been going. Go to group every week, like I said. Love my group, love the weight loss support. If I'm having a hard week, then I do find that they help pull me up. If I'm having a really good week, I find that they help celebrate with me. And it gives you the warm, fuzzy feels. It gives you that oxytocin boost that makes you want to keep going back and keep doing well. And I love it when a Monday rolls around and that I get to go to group, because until I didn't go to group last week, I didn't realise how much I actually miss it. And I miss that dopamine hit of going to group and stepping on the scales, which I know might sound absolutely insane to a lot of people, but I'm quite an insane person, so I do find pleasure in a lot of areas where people might find pain, and me stepping on the scales is definitely one of my little pleasure centres, to see if the hard work that I've done that week has paid off. Not always happy sometimes with the results that I might see, but that's a different story. But yeah, I do look forward to getting on the scales. I don't have any anxiety or nervousness. I just have a little bit of excitement of like, oh, what's it going to say this week? Depending on the results, depends how my mood follows after, obviously. But yeah. So yeah, really enjoying it. Still can't see myself deviating from this way of eating. I do genuinely think, touch wood, obviously I don't know about future Andrea, but at the moment I do think that this is going to be the way that I go for the rest of my dieting journey until I get to target. So I started off obviously at 16 stone, 13 pounds. I managed to lose a little bit of weight last year. Did end up putting weight back on again last year. So then I started fresh again since the beginning of this January this year. And I think I was only around about 1 stone, half a pound total loss. So I think I started again at the beginning of this year. Well, I didn't start again. It was just continuing after I'd been messing about. I think I was at around 15 stone, nearly 16 stone again. So I was starting off with only a stone less than what I'd got to. So I thought, that's it, Andrea. Come on. Stop being an idiot. let's knuckle down, let's just crack on, let's just get it done, and let's say that 2025 is your year, and this is how I've done it. And up to the last time I weighed in, I was, what was I? So I weighed in on the 5th of May, which was, like I say, 2 weeks ago, and I was 13 stone 1.5 pound. So up to that point, I'd lost 3 stone 11.5 pound. I couldn't read it properly then. It looked like something strange, but it's the way lady's writing. So yeah, so almost back at that 4 stone loss. Almost back in the 12s, which my target at the moment is 11 stone. Once I get there, I might play around with it. I might go a little bit lower. I might stay where I am. It all completely depends on how I look. I'm only 5'5", so I'm not very tall. And at 11 stone, I will still be classed as overweight. My top end, I think I can get to on the BMI scale is 10.5 stone. The lowest end is, I think it was 8 stone 4. I'm never going to be 8 stone 4. I think I might be okay with maybe 10.5 stone, maybe 10 stone. But again, I'm going to get to 11 stone. That's definite target first. And then I'm just going to see how I feel, and I might change it then. So yeah, it's been going really well. It's been bloody hard. I have struggled this past couple of weeks. I won't be shy about it. I'll be completely transparent. This past couple of weeks, I've had a really, really tough couple of weeks. Again, with the food noise, just constant. It's almost like I'm bipolar and I've got a voice in my head, or I just flip from one side to the other. It's mental how much your brain can completely dictate how you feel and how you approach things and how you tackle stuff. It is crazy. And yeah, these past couple of weeks, I have struggled no end not to just think, sod it, I'm just going to have what I want and do what I want and eat what I want and jack it all in. And as much as that voice has been in my head, really, honestly, it's like I've been balancing on the edge of a cliff, and it's so hard trying to push me over the edge. But I've just dug my heels in and I've just said no. I've said no. And don't get me wrong, me saying no has just pissed me off even more, because I'm denying my body, I'm denying my brain what it wants. I'm not denying my body what it wants, because I know that my body is being fueled with the best foods possible, because I track everything. So I know that I'm not under eating, like obviously outside of my deficit, or that I'm malnourished or anything like that. I'm nothing crazy like that, because I'm focusing on all my macronutrients as well. So I know that my body is being fueled properly, but my brain is just, it's just torturing me at the moment. It really is. But this is again why I have to do it, why I can't revert to like weight loss injections that's going to switch that food noise off. Because this past couple of weeks, I have grown so much with that strength inside of me to just say no and to do it the way that I want to and to eat the things that I need to, that I think genuinely I have learned so much in these last 2 weeks of what I'm actually capable of that I would never have got if I was doing alternative options. But yeah, in a nutshell, it's been bloody hard these past couple of weeks, and I do feel like I've just been constantly hungry, that no matter what I've put in my body, I've just been starving still. And again, I know it's all just in my mind, because I know the food that I'm eating, I know I'm eating a decent amount. I know I am. I can see it. I've measured it. I've weighed it. I've tracked it. I can see that I've eaten enough to fuel my body. But yeah, my brain is just, it's been the mental hunger. Not that my belly's not been rumbling or tummy ache or anything like that. It's just been mental hunger, where my brain has been telling me that I'm still hungry. Whereas I know I'm physically not, because my belly's full. But my brain's just been saying, just keep going, just have this, just have that. Anyway, sorry for that bit of a rant, but it's a bit of a rant about how my brain has basically been torturing me. So you can see like how much of a battle for me to do this is. And it's not been like this the whole time. And I'm very happy to say, touch wood again, that I've come out of the other side of it. So Friday, I think that's when I turned the corner and that I was fine. I wasn't waking up starving, thinking about food, etc. And this whole weekend up to today, again, I've still been fine. I do still always think about food, but my body hasn't, or my brain hasn't been trying to push me off the edge with it, at least so far. And I think maybe it might have something to do with Mother Nature, why I felt like that this past couple of weeks, because I am due on this week. So that's due to hit any time this week, over the next couple of days. So maybe it was just because my body was about to go through a really big change again with my monthly cycle. Maybe it might be that. Maybe it might just be that I've hit a certain point in my weight loss journey that my brain is now panicking. I don't know. Or maybe it's just thinking, right, you've messed about enough now, Andrea. Let's resume normal behaviour, pre-dieting Andrea. I don't know. All I know is that this past couple of weeks, I found it really, really difficult. I've wanted to jack it in a million times, but I've just said no. Consistency is the key, and that's all that I'm doing, is I'm just being consistent with it. And if I jack it in, I'll be back to 17 stone Andrea like that in a heartbeat, because I put on weight so easy. I really do. So anyway, apologies. But like I say, I use this channel to get it off my chest and vent, and whatever's in here, I just get it out, because sharing makes the problem halved. That's the way that it goes, isn't it? A problem shared is a problem halved. That's the saying, isn't it? I nearly said sharing's caring, but it is as well. Sharing is caring. So if I can get it out, then I can put it to bed. I've expressed how I feel. I've got it off my chest. I can now draw a line under it and move on. So yeah, these past couple of weeks, as much as my brain has tried tempting me with every temptation that can possibly go, tried to convince me every single way, pulled every trick out of its past book, I've not succumbed to anything. I've been stronger than my brain, and I've dug my heels in and said no. And yeah, thank goodness I've done that, because today it has definitely paid off. And I have had a loss on the scales, which is fantastic. So I really, really, really wanted about, what did I want? I wanted 2.5 pounds. That's what I wanted off. Again, apologies if the light's gone funny and you can't really see me properly. But yeah, this sun is having a bit of a blinder today. So yeah, I wanted 2.5 pounds. Was it 2.5 pounds? Let me just have a look at my book. Yeah, 2.5 pounds, which would have got me back into the 12s. It would have took me to 12 stone, 13 pounds, which then would have meant that I would have been back at 4 stone loss, the lowest I've ever got to across all of my dieting journeys. I've never got past that 4 stone bracket, that 4 stone loss. So I would have been there. I would have been the same weight that I was when I got married over 10 years ago. And yeah, that was my aim, 2.5 pounds. And I was keeping everything crossed. Now, bearing in mind that Mother Nature is coming this week, I'm as bloated as hell. I look like the Stay Puft Man out of Ghostbusters right now. That's how I'm feeling. I did get a loss. Did I get the 2.5 pound? No, I didn't, unfortunately. And that's not me going, no, I didn't, I got more. I didn't. I'm not doing that this time. I only got £2. I say I only got, I'm very happy with £2, but I would have really loved the 2.5 at least, if not £3. Because let's face it, we're human. We always want more. Regardless of what it is, we want more money, more food, more weight loss, more energy, just more everything. We want more. And yeah, £2 off. So I am now 12 stone, 13.5 pounds. So whoop whoop, I'm in the 12s. Yes, I'm only £0.5 off that 4 stone. I'm 3 stone, 13.5 pound down, which is just amazing. So that means that I've got around about 2 stone to get to target. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud that I've just dug my heels in and I've not given up, because the amount of times I've given up in the past, I don't have enough fingers on my hands or even my toes to count. I really don't how many times I've given up, and I'm not doing it this time. I am not doing it. So yeah, 12 stone, 13.5 pounds, £2 off this week takes me to 3 stone, 13.5 pounds loss. Now next week, as much as I'm on this week, when the leader went round and asked what we want, I did say £3. I might be biting off more than I can chew. I probably am, because again, we always want more. And this is my little more bit that I thought I'm going to aim for the moon. If I don't get the moon, I might get some stars. So let's hope. So I'm going to try everything to get that £3. And then that'll sit me really comfortably in the 12s. That any little fluctuations I might get as the week progresses, I'm still going to be in the 12s, and that I can then say that I have got my 4 stone award and that I'm past that 4 stone. Really, really happy. Now, how am I going to get that? Obviously, I'm going to stick to my calorie deficit, because that works. It definitely works. Stick to my protein, stick to my fibre goals. I'm going to continue drinking at least 2 to 3 litres of sugar-free juice. I'm going to be sticking to that. That's what I always do to make sure that I get my fluid in. So I'm going to keep doing that. I've been a bit lax on my steps recently, I will be completely honest. I'm going to move the treadmill upstairs into the bedroom so that I can get on it more if I'm not getting out for my actual steps. So I'm going to do that, and just continue to prioritise sleep, which I'm making sure that I'm in bed for around about 10, 10:30 at the latest. Obviously, if I'm not working, etc., or if one of the littlies don't have me up, which is extremely few and far between now with them being so much more older. It's normally only if they're ill that they'll get me up, otherwise they sleep like absolute dreams. And yeah, I'm just going to do that, and then let's see what the scales say next week. So again, thank you so much for watching. Pop any comments down below if you're on a weight loss journey. How are you getting on? So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. If I don't see you before, I will see you next week for another update. Keep your fingers crossed for me, and I'll catch you then. Take care.